I want to talk about Lola Bunny's redesign.
What?
Welcome to Indistinct Chatter. I'm Tanner.
I'm Austin.
I'm Griffin.
Fucking God, man. Welcome to Indistinct Chatter. I'm Tanner.
I'm Austin.
He's gonna do it again.
Welcome to Indistinct Chatter. I'm Tanner.
I'm Austin.
That's Griffin.
And I'm Vlad.
Welcome to our show.
Sexy
Griffin, are you ready to intro or do we?
I've been ready. I'm gonna do it again, man. You might as well
Dude,
just run with
let's
the
just
first
move on.
take.
Welcome to our show. Here we are. Throw us on in the background or actually watch us. Sometimes it's funny, the edits.
Yeah, it's fun to actually watch it, but you can just listen too.
It's true.
I'm enjoying actually
We're
watching
cute,
them
too.
over, honestly. Like when whether it's in like the review stage or before publishing, I'm sitting there and I'm like,
You're getting a chuckle?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
chuckling?
I'm being my own little chuckle bunny, and I know you're doing the same for me, Austin.
You guys all have beer.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Every
you've been
week.
the only
Every
beerless
week.
one the last 5
Every
weeks,
week.
man.
I got
It's okay though.
It's a timeless drink. It's called agua.
Award shows. Kind of like, I guess it's a very broad, the topic in mind is award shows. We can kind of talk about our opinions on them, what we think is the best one, what we think is kind of like a worth it award show. Because I do think some of them, for example, I don't fully know the rules, but from what it seems like is like SAG, it's actually voted by peers. Like as long as you are in the Screen Actors Guild, you get to vote. But I know things like obviously the Academy and like the Hollywood Foreign Press or like the Grammy, the Recording Academy. It's the Recording Academy. That like it's a small group of people, but I think like there's something like guild awards, so like Directors Guild, Writers Guild, at least for movies. Excuse me, but award shows. I just want to talk about award shows because I know I messaged you guys earlier about like stuff with the Grammys, and I know the Globes just happened and there was a lot of stuff around that.
I think the first question is, I mean, do y'all think it's relevant anymore? Like, do you guys watch them?
I haven't watched. I stopped watching them probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Like
I'll
award
watch
shows
like
in general.
I think the only one I'll watch is like the Oscars because it's like super dramatic. But other than that,
I've literally never watched any of them from start to finish, like ever.
I used to watch like BET Awards because like it's important, for like Black media to get viewership and to be celebrated. The reason my problem with award shows, they don't celebrate the people who deserve to be, I guess. There's always gonna be a bias, right?
It's like a popularity contest.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's like, because if it was a true popularity contest, then like we would know who was gonna win.
True.
Because like
It's a lot of back table dealings in politics.
I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that Macklemore won over like
Kendrick
and who else was nominated that year?
If
was
I
like a
remember
huge-
correctly, oh wait, no, I'm confusing years. Sorry, go on.
But like
It was Good
that's
Kid, Mad
ridiculous.
City.
Yeah, it's insane. That album's like one of the greatest rap albums ever, and people. I mean, it's only been out for a few years, but like we consider it one of the best rap albums ever. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
And then remember,
Wow.
he lost to Pimp a Butterfly to Taylor Swift, right? Am I remembering
The
that
album
fact
of the year?
correctly?
I mean,
Yeah.
the difference is that that he lost to Macklemore in the rap category.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
Don't the Grammys? So I don't know anything about the Grammys, like literally at all. I've never watched them or even pay attention to the Grammys. When I was saying that I've like never watched a show from start to finish, I would still watch like Oscar highlights because that's the only show that I cared like the most about. Just like film in general and actors, producers, directors, all that stuff. I care a lot more about that than even like TV. I don't watch a whole lot of TV, so I never like would watch the Globes because it would be films, but it would also be TV. So I'd watch like recaps for that. And I definitely don't watch anything else. Like I wouldn't watch the BAFTAs or the SAG or anything. I would still see like acceptance speeches or like go and see who won. I'd watch a lot of acceptance speeches on like YouTube. And that's how I would watch a lot of the Oscars too. There would be specific times where for, I don't know how many years, I would tune in to like the last hour of the Oscars where it would be like
big stuff.
Yeah, it'd be like, you know, best actress, best actor, best director, best picture. Like the 4 big awards would be like announced then. They'd recap the supporting winners. Those would be the ones that I'd care the most about. But for the Grammys, I literally don't know anything about them. So I don't know. I guess it's a question rather than anything else. Do metrics play into music? Like, does it matter how many?
With the Billboard Awards, it does, because Billboard is literally just the rankings. But with Grammys, I don't know how it works. I mean, a lot of these are the people who are members of the respective academies are voting. And I remember there was me putting my hip hop historian hat on back in 2017.
Where is it?
Where's the hat?
Where's the hat? You don't have a hat this week?
Not this time.
No,
not this time. It's totally made up.
Nice try.
Let's try.
Yeah, so
It's fiction. We made it up.
back in 2017, December 2016, so that would have been after the cutoff date for the 2016
Get your
awards.
dates right, man. People
Listen, my dates are right. It was, if I remember correctly, in like December-ish 2016, A Tribe Called Quest dropped their to-date final album.
That is correct.
It was great.
It was December 2016.
Boom! Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic album in so many levels. The reason I bring that up is because that would have qualified it for the 2017 Grammys, and they were not nominated for anything. A Tribe Called Quest. It was a brilliant album, and think about the fact that they have at that point, 30 years of just a massive discography of history in an entire genre. They're pivotal.
What was it called?
Q-Tip
We Are
alone.
Here?
Thank you for your service. We got it from here. Or the other way around. We got it from here. Thank you for your service. And Q-Tip was really pissed off, the main guy behind Tribe Called Quest. He was really pissed off, and he was putting up a bunch of videos of him ranting on Instagram and Twitter, and he was specifically calling out Austin, I hate to say it, our boy Ninth Wonder, because he's on the voting committee, and he was basically saying, dude, you fucked us over by putting your girl Rhapsody in the award ceremony. I love Rhapsody. Her album Layla's Wisdom was great, and I think it did deserve a Grammy. Or at least a nomination. But looking at it, it's probably pretty reasonable to expect the fact that Ninth Wonder pushed for the number one person on his label to snuff out A Tribe Called Quest. And
which is like a big deal for that to happen.
A big deal. I mean, yeah, it's A Tribe Called Quest versus some girl who back then was really small town from North Carolina. So it's like,
I remember when she got nominated, it was a huge deal.
Yeah, I love her. And I think she deserved that nomination. But I mean, that still goes to show that there's backroom politics, assuming all of that is true, taking it as fact, that it's backroom trading back and forth to get I'll take it this year, you take it next year.
For example, like this year, because the reason that I sent the message to you guys was because I saw that like Zayn Malik from One Direction.
He's not from One Direction, all right?
Formerly a member of One
Respect
Direction.
my man Zayn. Free Palestine.
He like went on like, I guess, a Twitter rant being like, fuck the Recording Academy, like you only get noticed if you like send gifts and this or that and the other thing. And the only thing, like, you can be upset, like, hey man, live your life, do your thing. It's just funny because almost every year I feel like the same artists are always the ones who are like, Grammys don't matter. Like they should, like, even if they win or are nominated, they're always like, Grammys don't matter. But then if they don't get nominated,
They get pissed.
And it's just
Yeah.
like,
Well, was it Drake that like boycotted them a couple years ago?
Kanye, Drake, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
They won't
Will
go
Smith?
because it's like, they won't go because they don't get nominated, but it's like they don't get nominated because
Well,
everybody on
didn't
the
someone
Recording
not
Academy is
go
fucking
or
white
like
people.
I could have sworn it was Drake boycotted it because like hip hop was like unrecognized or something, or
Yeah, it never.
No,
he
so
was like nominated that year. Wasn't that the case?
Well, there was one. Well, last year Drake he said he wasn't gonna go because he was like, yo, they don't like Grammys don't fucking matter, da da da. And then he showed up and accepted an award. And in his award, he was like, hey, this right here doesn't matter. What matters is you have people like going to your stage, and they cut his mic off.
That was it. I remember seeing that on
that made me gain a lot of respect for him, like as a like a figure in the hip hop community.
The funny thing about them cutting him off, which I like don't understand, like I know award shows and a lot of things, kind of like what we talked about with cancel culture, they want to keep their
prestige,
their public image, but I feel like it's literally an award show. Like if someone's like, yeah, this is stupid, truthfully, what's the worst that's gonna happen to them? Because guess what, people still like getting awards. People are still gonna show up to accept those awards. Like nothing's gonna happen if you let one or two artists, like no matter how big they are, be like, fuck this, because whether you let them do it or they just do it on their own, it's gonna happen. So you might as well like bite the bullet and be like, yeah, talk shit on us, like
give them the platform.
And you cutting them off is like you saying that they're right. Like by silencing them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're giving them more credibility.
Yeah. It's like, oh, now I know. Now everybody wants to know what he has to say. If he would have just said whatever he wanted, most people wouldn't have paid attention to it anyway.
Do y'all think that affects outcomes of a lot of those things?
Oh, 100%.
So like Joaquin Phoenix talks a lot of shit about the way that like Hollywood handles things, but then he got a Best Actor award at the Oscars. Do you think that, let's say, in 2 years, right, he gives another performance that's equal to, if not better than, like what he gave in Joker or some of his other better work, do you think it'll affect him getting nominated at all?
I don't think so. I think the Oscars are different than the Grammys, though. I feel like there's a little less ego put into it because they like, acting is like this like high art, and whereas like a lot of music isn't seen that way. It's seen as like kind of everyman stuff, and like acting is seen like, oh, it's deep and like not everybody gets it type thing.
The thing with the Oscars is, in Hollywood, is that they are so afraid of backlash that they go back on stuff so easily. For example, I don't even think it was 24 hours when like the Kevin Hart thing happened before they like were like, Kevin, you can't do this. Like they didn't let him get a word out before they were like, hey, you either have to apologize or you have to, or we're going to fire you. But the thing is, again, these tweets were from 2012. He had already addressed them. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending what he said. I'm just saying there's a good chance the Academy knew about it when they asked him to host. So for them to go back on it now that it's like quote unquote public knowledge, even though it already was, because they were tweets and they were out there, it's like,
because they don't actually care.
Exactly.
They don't actually give a shit at all. It's just a matter of like, if people find out, they don't actually care. That's why, Weinstein was able to do what he did for such a long time. Everybody knew. Like, what's that show, that the Hollywood show on Netflix? But the whole premise of that show is that like everybody's sleeping with each other like to get favors, and like all these creepy dudes are like having these actors like suck them off in their offices, and it's like everybody knows that's what's been going on forever. It's in every
what show is this?
It's called Hollywood. It's on
Ryan
Netflix.
Murphy.
It's really good. That's a Ryan Murphy show, who I can't stand Ryan Murphy, but the show's really good. It's like
what,
every cartoon,
1920s, 1930s
Hollywood. People that
40s.
Austin can't stand. You flip out a CVS receipt, and it's people Austin can't stand. It's just, it keeps going.
I mean, it's true. I mean, but yeah, like it's a what's a known secret? Is that the verbiage they use when it's like,
I think open secret's a term.
Open, yeah. Everybody knows this is going on. It's just a matter of when it's going to get exposed and like when the right person is going to be upset about it. And it's kind of it's just kind of interesting. I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, that Hollywood just straight up doesn't care. And the only reason they care is because it can affect the public image.
See,
it's like a prestigious country club, right? They want to protect everyone in it.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, black people aren't allowed? They're like, oh, no, they're totally allowed. We didn't know about that. It's like, you run the country club. You knew this shit was going on. Like,
Sounds like the state of Arizona.
Arizona's not a prestigious country club. Nobody wants to go there.
That's true, man. But no, my thinking is like, I would believe that the Oscars aren't as messed up as the Grammys are, because I mean, every couple of years, across genre, you hear about different artists coming out and talk about how terrible the recording industry is for them. I mean, it's just super predatory, whether that's like physically predatory in terms of sexual like allegation type stuff, or legally predatory with like taking all the artists' money and everything.
Oh
yeah, the music industry just seems to be so openly plagued with just a litany of terrible things that I mean, I would venture to say
jumping in it.
What's that?
But people just keep jumping in it.
Because
everybody
people want to
be
money.
famous, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'm writing bars all the time, and you're making beats all the time.
Yeah, but we're not signing. We're not.
Yeah,
signing to a
so
fucking,
we aren't doing anything.
Nobody
with
cares
it.
about your shit.
Here's
When
the
somebody
thing.
gives a shit about your music, you might be like, "Yo, wait a minute," you know?
Yeah.
It's like
No,
people
I
want to
get
make fucking
that.
money. People
But
want to
then
survive.
read your shit. Like that's
That's so easy to say, and then somebody's like, "Here's a $5 million advance. Sign this shit." You're like, "Yeah," like. All that goes out the window as soon as you get into an office. Somebody says, "Here's a $12 million advance."
Then you can't be pissy when.
Of course you can, because it's still predatory, dude. How do you expect some kid who's from like, you know, middle of fucking nowhere,
Lil
17
Pump
years
was
old?
like 16 when he signed.
Yeah, he
Who?
comes into an office. He doesn't have a
Lil Pump.
lawyer. Like he can't afford a lawyer unless the lawyer's gonna do it pro bono to get something on the back end. But like, he can't read that. Dude, Lil Pump can't even read. Like literally, like the dude's illiterate. And it's like, not to be like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like legitimately, a lot of these people are like not super book smart, and it's like, what do you expect from them?
Mhm.
Like, obviously, it's great when you have like a mentor, like, you know, Top is a great mentor, and like Rick Rubin's a great mentor for these guys, but it's like not everybody has that. And so,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't always blame the artist. Like partially it's like, bro, like you have to know the shit's predatory. You know, this has been going on. You've been hearing about it for decades. Like your idol has said this shit, like Chance, fucking Kendrick, they all say the same stuff. But then they still sign to Capitol Records. They're still signed to Def Jam. So it's like, you can say all this stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
want.
I don't mean it
Yeah.
like I'm not. I mean like now. Like honestly, if anyone signs within the past like 2 years has signed
now
to
it's a
labels
little
like
bit,
that.
yeah.
R.
that's-
Kelly. Sorry, I've been trying to Google who's illiterate. I knew that like someone.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
R. Kelly's
R.
illiterate.
Kelly.
No, I
R.
think
Kelly's like
legitimately,
literally illiterate.
Literally.
I'm trying to find out who it is.
Lil Pump
Can't read.
Neither can Floyd Mello is illiterate too.
There's a lot of theories that Beyonce
putting down black
illiterate.
men. That's the pull. I can't even believe that.
I mean,
What's her name? From American Idol.
Jordan Sparks.
Fantasia was illiterate too. She learned to read Fantasia. Oh no, is that her name? Not Fantasia.
No, Bo Bice. Bo Bice is illiterate.
No, dude. What are you
She
talking
Bang
about?
is
Griffin
illiterate.
Riley. Griffin Riley's illiterate.
No,
Yeah, I heard about that.
I don't be doing words no good. I don't do words no good, man.
So, okay, my biggest point with the Grammys,
Yeah, her
and
name's
it's an
Fantasia.
issue.
No.
What?
Griffin twisted the can again.
Oh, he did it again. I didn't see it.
Sir.
Fantasia, age 19, from somewhere in North Carolina.
Continue, Vlad.
No.
He said, no, I'm good.
My biggest my biggest problem with the Grammys, and again, this is coming from like an uninformed opinion on the show, so I don't know if it's exactly this way, but from what I've understood, they like don't matter as much. So in comparison to the Oscars or the Globes, the Grammys like don't matter as much in terms of what the award means. And this is the same issue that I have with the video game awards, which is a thing. And so once a year, they'll have like awards for soundtrack and score and graphics, direction. There's a big award that's of course called Game of the Year. And the Game Awards specifically, that's like the name of the company, I think, or something. It's like hosted by the Game Awards. They basically give this award to one specific video game that came out that year, and that's the game of the year. However, there's like 100 other companies that will then declare their personal like game of the year. So what does it matter? Like this past year, The Last of Us Part 2, that was made by the studio Naughty Dog, like I'm a huge fan of everything they've made. They got Game of the Year, and they got Game of the Year from like, I don't know, like it was something like 255 other companies. I think they were tied, like literally, I think they were tied for Witcher 3, which came out in, I want to say 2015 or 14, I don't know, yeah, something like that. Witcher 3 and The Last of Us Part 2 were like tied for the most like Game of the Year awards. Why is that like a metric? Like, why can a video game get like 200 plus Game of the Year awards? Like, why is
that makes no sense.
I mean? Like, Parasite got Best Picture. There aren't OMG Parasite got 20 Best Picture awards.
But I guess I get like,
you know what I mean?
When you talk about like,
but it's
journalism,
the same thing with
right?
music.
So it's like
how many companies like say this is my album of the year?
Yeah, so it's like if Pitchfork gave some album of the year, they might not put it on the box and they might not.
I was gonna say
about it, but like I would be like, yo, Pitchfork said my album of the year, regardless of what the Grammy said. I would still talk about it. And so I guess it's the same thing. It's like, this is the G4 game of the year. This is the Game Ranks game of the year.
It's how you, it's how you choose to market it and what you.
Yeah. Well, video games go all out. They throw that stuff in ads and whatnot.
Because that's the thing is like,
and they make game of the year editions and shit.
Yeah, with movies, there's like, they like if a movie was nominated for an Oscar but won a Golden Globe, there's a good chance they'll say Golden Globe winner
Oscar
instead of Oscar nominated.
Right.
It's like the little things, that movie. They're like Oscar winner, Jared Leto, Oscar winner, Rami Malek, Oscar winner. You're like, damn, that shit's sick.
So that stuff makes sense though, because there's like a set of like there's a set of rules that like basically, I don't know, it's prestigious and there's like exclusivity to it. But from what I've understood, like with the Grammys and the Video Game Awards, yes, you can win Album of the Year, but there's no like, I don't know, other than you getting that statue and giving your speech, there doesn't seem to be any other perks that come from it. Whereas like if you get Best Picture that year in the Oscars, that's a big deal. And you forever carry that with you. I don't know. I guess it's because I'm not as like aware of the music industry as much as the other. But
I think what it boils down to is it's one, obviously it somehow makes somebody money, whether it's advertising, it's viewership, whatever. That's why they do it. But also I think you can say all you want, you don't care about it until like you make a film and it gets nominated for something. You know what I mean? Exactly. And then so it's like, it's the same thing. It's like, if I was like some 22-year-old rapper and my shit got nominated, I would fucking flip. Because it's like, regardless of how it gives you some sort of recognition in a way that is measurable, right? Or that's not like measured by numbers necessarily. It's measured by like prestige, and it means somebody noticed, regardless of like how many fans you have, how many followers you have on Instagram. Like that, all that stuff is like, you know, that's a number you can put on something. But to say like, oh yeah, like I went double platinum with no features, like that's like a big deal. But then to be like, yo, my shit won a Grammy, like I like out of
someone who doesn't like Cole, it's interesting that you would say that, Austin.
That's because that's his only good out. Well, that's his best album in my opinion. 2014 Forest Hills Drive. That shit is amazing front to back. But like I think you can like, there's something to be said about like, you can say that you don't care all you want. And like, you know, Jay-Z's jaded. He has like 38 Grammys. Like Kanye has like 18 Grammys or some ridiculous shit. Like they're jaded. Imagine being like somebody who's just up and coming and you get nominated for a Grammy, like best new album or best new artist or something, you know, like that's incredible. I think I would be really excited. And that's why I never like shit on people who are like excited about it. I get like people being like, oh, this shit doesn't matter. Because you know, at the end of the day, it might not matter because how many people disappear after winning something? You know, like I was watching highlights. Yeah, I was watching highlights of like a award show a long time ago, and it's like best new artist, and like 8 or like however many people got nominated. 4 of the 5, I had never even heard of them, and it was like these awards happened when I was alive. This was like 2002, 2003, and I had no idea who these people were.
We
and
were
so,
all alive, Austin.
No, I'm just saying, like, it happened when I was alive. Like, it wasn't like it was before I would have known who these people were.
It was
like
in
when I
your
aware.
lifetime.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was like it happened in my lifetime. And to think that like people were getting nominated for a best new artist and like my lifetime, and I don't know who they are today, is kind of insane. So
you wouldn't know that
again
because you're too old.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but the difference too with the Grammys versus like film and television awards is almost no one advertises with Grammys to the point where they really don't matter. Like almost rarely do you ever actually see Grammy award winning artist like when an album is coming out. Because like, okay, with, for example, the Oscars, a lot of the movies that are nominated for an Oscar are coming out or they are in theaters so they can remarket it.
Yeah, they
Think
can
about
like
albums.
make another
Albums are out for a while before they're nominated. So
they
by
can
the
be
time
out to
it's
like
nominated,
upwards of like 18 months, right?
Yeah. So
they
by the
cut
time
the cutoffs earlier.
It's nominated, and by the time it wins, people are already so familiar with whatever music is out that the award literally doesn't fucking matter.
You could be sick of that shit by then.
Yeah, because the thing about like Oscars and like the Emmys and stuff like that is they continue. So like for example, the Oscars, the movie might still be in theaters so they can remarket it being like Oscar winning movie, go see it in theaters. Or when it goes on digital or when it goes on streaming or DVD, then they can like every time I buy a new DVD and it's got the fucking like best
Silver,
picture
gold,
shit slapped on it.
on
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that all the time. But with music, sure, they might do like a Grammy re-release, but especially in today's
I literally have
day and
never heard of
age,
that.
there's no
I've
point.
never heard
It'd
of
be all
that.
physical stuff.
I've seen like where you'll be like somebody will go on like on a TV show, like, or they'll go in an interview like, oh, 3-time Grammy winner or Grammy nominated artist, like, and they're like, yeah, cool, like
It's just a title. Like that's literally
yeah.
it's just a title.
Once you win a bunch, I think it doesn't matter. But like when you're young, I feel like when you're a young artist or when you're a young filmmaker or something and you're up and coming and like, what's his name? That Mexican dude who won like 3 in 1 year. It's like, that's a big fucking deal, especially if you're like the first one to do it, or like, say you're the first Black, actor to win. Like that's a big deal. Cause then that means like, now that you've done it, it opens the door for other people.
Like with Bong,
and not just that,
Bong,
but
Bong.
The other thing though is that you, on the note of what you're saying, Austin, it's not just that it opens the door to other people. It's also, think about what these do, all of these awards, especially the Grammys. You just get to charge more money for your concerts now.
Yep. You get a bunch of
that's what it really comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the same thing that happens in politics. The reason so many randoms start running for president is so that once they inevitably lose, they can charge more for their speaking events at different graduation ceremonies or something. Exactly. I mean, it's literally
if
all
you
of
can
people
get
trying
any
to chase
shred
power.
of fame
or like just
or
any
prestige.
recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I mean, I get, yeah, I definitely get that. Like I was saying, that Little Things movie. I mean, like I like Rami Malek and I like Jared Leto and whoever else. I don't know. Denzel.
Whoever else.
Whoever else is.
that one guy. He's the dad of the
I'm just gonna take Austin's black card.
Yeah, the guy who got shot by
the tenant guy's dad or whatever, right?
Ethan Hawke shot him in like the 90s or something. Yeah, like that movie, like I don't know if I necessarily like would care about that movie, but then I thought about the fact that Denzel's in it, so never mind. So that's a pointless point.
Say spoiler,
also,
like, you just spoiled Training Day.
Honestly, I haven't finished it.
What?
Dude, my mom and we started it years ago, and I think it was late, and it was a school night or something. I never finished it.
And Zach Fox says in Marinate, I think, I shoot a nigga in his ass like he's Denzel. Is that Marinate? Yeah. So like Denzel gets shot in the ass.
Sounds good.
Is that the first N-word on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it is. Let's get a clap for N-words everywhere. Yeah.
It wasn't me.
I'm black. I'm black. I swear I'm black.
Tanner, the way you just took Austin's black card, I once lost my black card actually in high school. So I went to this terrible Catholic school, and then I went to a pretty decent public school, and I joined the track team, kind of as a way to like meet a lot of friends or something, right?
Black people, meet other black people.
Exactly, other brothers, because I'd never been around them before. Honestly, because because I'm in North Central Phoenix, and I was raised affluent with white people in public or private school.
Yeah, no, Austin, I'm not gonna lie, you're one of the first like black people in my life.
Austin, I'm gonna tell you something for real right now.
Like aside from my family.
Yeah, I didn't see another black person outside of my sisters and my mom until the 4th grade.
And do you know who it was?
No, it wasn't you. Actually, yeah, I don't count you. No offense.
No, Griffin, straight up, Griffin was the first like other black person I think that I'd like seen in my life.
Holy
You're probably the same for me.
Vlad, tell us a story about the first time you saw a black person.
It was me. It was me in high school.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not even gonna lie. I made my French class for the entire first semester of my freshman year of high school believe that I was Puerto Rican.
Word?
I mean, you look Puerto Rican.
Why?
They were like, what are you? And I was like, Puerto Rican, as a joke. And they were like, sick.
And you said Puerto Rican, and they
Puerto Rican.
I'm Puerto Rican. I'm from Puerto Rico. Go ahead.
Black card, because like when we were sitting there and we were trying to figure out like all the events that everybody was going to do, there was the day that we were doing hurdles. And I went way too enthusiastically into one of the hurdles, snagged my back foot, went and I ate shit. And this little stocky dude named he walks up and I mean he's like yay high, but black as mud. Like this dude is like dark as can be. Yeah. No, I'm just saying, yeah. And like he is like a black man, and he walks up to me, and goes, "You half, ain't you?" And I go. And I go,
yeah.
I
Sorry.
Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am, Mama. And he goes, "I'm gonna need your card." And I'm like, "My what?" And he goes, "Give me your black card." And I reach into my pocket that I obviously didn't have because I'm running track, and I just go. He goes and walks away with it.
What?
Yeah, no lie. That happened my sophomore year of high school. I lost my black card. Real story. That's my trauma, bro.
I didn't know I was black until like there was this girl when I was in preschool. I had a crush on her, little blonde white girl. I still know her to this day. I'm not gonna say her name on the podcast show.
Say her name.
I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. I refuse.
Watch it be Chevelle.
She's not white or blonde.
That's true. That's true.
Had a crush on her, and I was like, "Yo, you trying to be my girl? What? You know what's going on, dog?" And she's like, "Let me think about it." And the next day, she was like, "You can't be my boyfriend." I was like, "Why?" She said, "Cause you're black." I was like, devastated. I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, you're black."
What?
She's like, "You're black. You don't know?" And I was like, "I don't know what that means, dog." I'm like 5 years old, and I don't remember this because I have actual brain trauma that makes it hard for me to remember my childhood. But my mom told me about this, and she said I cried for like the whole day. Are we still talking about this topic? I feel like
we should still talk about the award shows. Sure. I have had a conflicting duality with award shows. Tanner knows the most about it because I talked to him about it since we're like movie guys and stuff. It's interesting because I see a lot of value to them, specifically like the Oscars, and this is gonna be like me generally speaking, so it can like appeal to other awards. I see the value in recognizing recognizing work, and I get excited when something that I think deserves an award gets it. Like, don't get me wrong, I remember in 2016 when Leonardo DiCaprio got the Oscar for The Revenant. Whether you think he deserved it or not for the movie, it was like he was an actor that I really appreciated his body of work. And I felt like after, I think it was his 6th nomination at the time, or I guess just 6th nomination because he hasn't like gotten one since, I was rooting for him, and I was kind of over. It was honestly more that I was over all of the jokes and the memes everywhere.
Wasn't he nominated last year for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
You're right. He was. Another example, like Brad Pitt, another guy that I genuinely love his body of work and he has a lot of range. And so when he got that Oscar, well, he got all the awards for that role. I was like, okay, well deserved. Like I'm content with that.
That I feel like is deserved though. Like just like quickly, like I do think Brad's performance in Once Upon a Time deserved an Oscar, and like especially his body of work. But with Leo,
because Leo didn't get it for the
Revenant.
role.
Yeah,
but Leo didn't get it for the role. He
got
it for the body of work.
Exactly.
And they just used the Revenant as a scapegoat to give him an Oscar. That's what that was.
That year there wasn't like really anybody to compete with him, right? It was what 2016.
No, everyone could compete. So 2016, which means there were movies that came out in 2015. So it was him in The Revenant. It was Bryan Cranston in Trumbo. It was.
I remember that was a tough year.
It was who else was it? Oh man, it was Matt Damon.
It would make
in The Martian,
sense if when he
which shouldn't have been nominated. I think.
I love that movie.
Who else was nominated? Who were the other two?
I don't think it's a word.
I don't remember.
I remember there was Denzel for Fences.
No, because that came out in 2016.
Yeah, it's
Fences came out in
2016, so that would have
been the 2017 Oscars. Yeah,
I specifically remember there was a black actor that I was really.
It was
but I also wanted Leo.
I want to say it was Mahershala, but I don't know if that sounds right.
No, because Mahershala's won every time he's nominated.
Yeah, I think Griff's doing a fact check.
Anyway, Vlad, continue.
But that was the thing.
Redmayne.
So it was Eddie
Fassbender, Cranston,
Okay, it was Fassbender.
Wait, who?
Redmayne for sure should have won. Eddie Redmayne. Sorry. I know.
For what?
No. It's Redmayne, Fassbender, Cranston, Damon, and DiCaprio.
Okay, that's right.
Okay, then it was Bryan Cranston that I wanted to win, not a black.
Oh, dude, Eddie Redmayne should have won that.
Was that Danish Girl or Theory of Everything?
Danish Girl.
No, it was Danish Girl.
Danish Girl was fucking good.
I literally was like gonna say I think it was Eddie Redmayne for Danish Girl, but I remember Eddie Redmayne won. But he won for Theory of Everything. That was it.
Yeah,
which he deserved because that movie is incredible.
Alicia Vikander won for
Danish Girl. Yep.
No, oh yeah, she did.
So there's those certain awards that, like the DiCaprio thing, like I get it, they gave it to the body of work, but I still was rooting for him to just get the damn thing. And there's other instances where I'm just like, man, I really want that. Like, I said his name earlier, Joaquin Phoenix, like for Joker. I genuinely wanted him to get it.
Walking Phoenix.
And then there's other like anytime Christoph Waltz has won, right? Like the two times he won, like Inglourious Basterds and Django Unchained, like well deserved. Those are roles that I'm just like, yes.
That's especially what was tough because both Leo and Christoph were nominated for Django. So it was like, that was a difficult year. But
which that was another.
Well,
it's funny because like looking at
supporting
objectively, like objectively, Christoph should have won.
Absolutely.
But I also think like
really?
I also think Leo in Django is arguably like one of his best roles, if not his best role.
I think Christoph is playing himself in that movie. I don't think it's as impressive as an acting role. I think Leo's doing so much more.
I guess here's the thing. The reason I think Christoph deserved it and why it doesn't matter that he's playing himself is because it was literally the second time that he was in anything in America. And his first time was
he's fucking
Colonel
fantastic in that movie.
But he was Colonel Hans Landa in Bastards. So
wait,
like that's our introduction.
Christoph Waltz, that was only his first American
was his first movie in America. Yeah,
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
During his speech, he talks about how like Quentin Tarantino brought him overseas and introduced him to like a new world that he didn't know about. And now he's.
Why did I know who he was?
And then he did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like he was so familiar by that point, but.
I could have sworn
looks like
he
you
didn't
guys are mistaken because everything before 09 looks like nonsense to Americans. Because I don't recognize any of it, and I'm relatively adept.
I'm only saying that because he like says it in his speech. So I'm
don't forget he went from Inglourious Bastards to Green Hornet, so his career just kept going up.
He's in Green Hornet.
Yeah, he was the main bad guy
with the double gun with the dual.
Green Hornet goes hard.
Dual barrel
love
gun.
That movie so much.
We love you, Seth Rogen.
I don't know why you
That
guys saying
movie's
Green
so
Hornet
bad.
made me think of Lone Ranger, and then I was gonna bring up
God, that movie's
It's
so
Army
because they
Hammer.
are connected.
I was gonna bring up
Yeah,
Army
they are.
Hammer. I was like, speaking of cancel culture,
The Lone Ranger is the green.
Speaking of cancel culture, a week ago.
The Lone Ranger is the Green Hornet's great uncle, I think.
no,
What?
Yeah.
no.
You guys
No,
know
I'm
that
dead. I'm
Magneto
deadly
is
fucking serious.
Red
Are
Witch,
literally-
Scarlet Witch's.
Oh, no. They're literally
Hold on.
related.
You guys know that Magneto is Scarlet Witch's dad?
Yeah,
Not
we
in
know
this
that.
universe, baby. Oh, I want to talk about the discovery that I made, just so everyone knows. So I watched X-Men
Wait.
The Future Past.
Wait.
No, we're not
No,
gonna wait.
no,
We're not gonna
Reed-
wait.
Brett Reed, aka the Green Hornet, is the grandnephew of John Reed, the Lone Ranger.
That's bad.
And on that,
you know
we're gonna
that,
take a
dude?
fucking break.
Who cares? No, wait, no, we're not. I'm not done talking. I don't know. It's a weird like duality with award shows for me because it's like I see the value in them, but also at the same time, they don't really matter. I don't think they're the most important thing in general. I don't think that getting the Oscar, getting the Grammy, I don't think that should be all that it's about. And I think if you do, or if you don't, or if you get nominated, or if you don't, I don't think it devalues or increases the value of your work. I do think that there is a prestigious aspect to it, and I think it's cool. Like I think if
Remember
you
when
get that
Crash won?
Oscar or get the Grammy, like hell yeah, you know. What'd you say?
Remember when Crash won? Movie fucking sucks, dude.
No,
I
I don't
like that movie.
I don't even know what
I
that movie is.
like that movie.
I do too.
I don't
Dude, that
agree.
movie's no.
I don't agree.
I
that
never
it
said I
should have
didn't
been
like it.
Oscar
I said it
nominated.
sucks. It's a what do they call it? Oscar bait? What do they call those
What
movies?
movie is this?
Yes.
Fair, yeah.
It's called
Oscar
Crash.
Crash.
Okay, but like,
I-
can you guys give me more than just
Uh,
the name?
It's
Okay,
like
so
about
it
racism.
stars everyone in Hollywood.
Ludacris.
In 2004.
It stars Ludacris.
Ludacris, Don Cheadle, Michael
2004.
Pena, Brendan Fraser, Sandra Bullock,
Tandy
Terrence
Newton.
Howard. Oh, I'm trying to get the whole cast, but I can't.
A Mexican girl. Because there's a
That
part
one?
where there's a
Pete
part where it's very
David?
important. Pete Davidson, like you
No,
said.
no. What is this about?
It's about racism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, it's like five people's
it really is.
lives. It's like
They
five
intertwine.
people's lives are affected by racism, and they all interconnect.
So it's called Crash because there's a car crash, right? Am I mistaken?
yeah, like the very end, and that's the
So the
only
movie,
time.
so the movie is like building up. So it starts off with this thing happening, and then it cuts to, and then it builds up to this event that's like very important in all these people's lives.
I
Did
see,
7 Pounds? Did 7 Pounds win any awards? That's a good movie. that people
Los
forget about.
Angeles.
So people shat on
Opposites
7 pounds.
lives
when that came
Collide
out.
and interweaving.
Focus
stories.
was a good movie if we're keeping on the note of Will Smith.
I've
I've never seen Focus.
So,
Well,
Vlad,
I was
what were you
gonna,
saying?
well, I was just gonna say like I'm kind of hypocritical about it sometimes because, like I was telling
Definitely.
y'all with the Oscars,
I agree
like
as well.
I'm like, oh, I don't watch the show, but then I go and watch the last 4 awards, and it's like I
Yeah.
won't care about anything, but then I'll care about like the 2 like supporting like actor awards and the 2 like leading actor awards, and then best picture, best director. Like I'll care about those 6. And I'll go and look up who got, best soundtrack or best score or best
Foreign
screenplay.
film.
Yeah, I'll care about all that stuff, but then I won't watch the show.
If they
Um,
add stunts, I'll watch it again.
Well, I
don't
know,
It's
Vlad.
interesting.
I know for a fact I'm big ego time. Big ego time. I know for a fact you're gonna want to hold mine.
Oh, your Oscar?
Yeah.
I'm gonna piss in it.
In how in it? There's no
Oh,
in
sorry.
I'm
When
gonna
you
drill a
get a
hole in the
Grammy,
back.
on
when
it.
you get a Grammy, I'm gonna piss.
Well,
in
no,
it.
here's
Sorry.
the thing. Don't get me wrong. God, I'd love to like get one or know someone that gets one or like know someone that gives a speech or be up there and give one. But at the same time, I think like it's just, again, I keep saying it, it's a weird duality where agua. It's a
You're
weird
an-
duality
you're an
where I'm just
Oscar.
like,
Did you get anything for
My Oscar.
Cananis when you
thumbs
went
up.
to Cananis?
Thumbs up.
No,
guys.
because my film was out of competition.
Oh,
What did I get? I got a tattoo.
Hey,
Although
Oh.
actually for Robbed, I got for best technical, I got a plaque, and then I got this because the theme of the film festival was binoculars. And so when I won, I got this.
that's cool.
little pair of binoculars that sits on my desk when I write.
Binoculars.
Remember where you came from.
Facts. I'm looking. My plaque is right there that says Best Technical 2015.
Yo, I'll take a break.
Vlad, finish your point and then we can take our break.
No, that's it. It's like, that's all.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. It's just like a weird. That's all. It's just.
I can't zoom on my camera.
Oh my goodness.
We'll be right back.
Oh my.
My 3 sponsors. Jesus fucking Christ, Griffin.
I drank too much of that beer too quickly.
Holy shit.
Zippo lighters. Because I always have my Zippo on me. And
Did Griffin die?
it's not a company, but depression.
This podcast is brought to you by our sponsor.
Podcast is brought to you by depression. I mean,
depression and anxiety.
What happened to Griff?
I don't know. He's frozen.
I think we killed him.
Well, on that, I guess we should
Rest in
take a
peace.
break. And we're back.
Hope you guys enjoyed those ads. Shout out to our sponsors.
The ad is just gonna be us watching the Howard
Sorry,
video.
one sec, guys. I got it. Hello.
He's so
Hello?
flexible.
He's a stretchy boy.
Depression hurts.
Holy
Cymbalta
crap.
can help you
Dude.
find a
Oh my
decision.
god. Oh, that hurt my back. I was trying to get up and like walk away, like on one leg. What? Oh no. Y'all think that this is a
Hypothetically-
bit, but actually this is. Oh my god, Griff. No, we can't.
I was watching TikToks because I'm old and I'm trying to hold on to my youth like desperately.
Nice.
And so I have a couple would you rathers. And the first one is a very, very controversial topic.
Hot take. Austin, go for it.
What the fuck, dude? Anyways,
You pushing
do
30.
you stand up or sit down when you poop?
That's not a would you
When you
rather.
wipe.
That's just a
Wait.
question.
When
Wait.
you wipe. Do
Okay.
you stand up or sit down when you wipe?
That's a question. That's not a would you rather.
Dude. Oh my
It's not
gosh.
okay, whatever, dude.
Would you rather
Do you stand up
or
or sit down when you wipe?
sit? What? I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is gonna be great. Who is just like, all right, time to go? Like,
Okay, dude,
no.
first of
Wait,
all-
what do you mean you sit when
Okay,
you wipe? How do
answer
you
your
do that?
Okay,
I-
wait. Before you start.
We don't
I
have
lean.
to answer.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Thick boy problems. My ass takes up the whole goddamn toilet seat. I can't get in there, bro. So you do a little squat and then you get in there. How the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
am
yeah,
I
yeah.
supposed to fit my hand? There's no room. My whole ass is
No,
suctioned
Austin,
onto the toilet.
we
The
get
only
it.
room
boy
Austin.
problem.
Also, we get it.
I don't understand how anybody could keep both their ass cheeks on the toilet seat and wipe.
No,
How's that
no,
even
no,
possible?
no. I don't think.
No, not
I don't think
both.
anyone does that.
Oh, yeah.
So how much do you have to lean, dude?
Dude.
Just enough, I
Parallel
guess.
to the toilet.
I can't lean enough. I would have to be completely this way. My ass
I mean,
is
I
just
like
huge.
step away
What
from
kind
the
of
toilet.
double
and,
wide
like,
load shit
lean,
you got
you know what I
going
mean?
on, my God?
My ass is fucking enormous.
Dude, Austin fills it up.
He's dragging,
the
wagging.
the
Looks like
shit's
you
to
went
the
to a
top.
frozen yogurt place and scooped it all the way to the limit.
So
Austin's built like a Pixar mom.
another question: Do you know what a courtesy flush is?
Hold on. No,
Yeah.
before we continue that.
Okay, yeah. Everybody else. So my thing is, I don't really stand up, but I get both cheeks off the seat.
Yeah.
I'm squatting
Yes.
at least. Okay,
Hey,
Retweet.
Griffin.
Fat retweet. Yeah.
squatting. Fat
I'm a
ass
squat
boys.
stander. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Peach Boys in the building. Okay, so the skeleton.
I do a cartwheel
Can-
before I
you can
wipe
stay
every
sitting.
time. Hope that I make just a little trail, semicircle above the ceiling.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful. I was gonna say something and I got cut off because everybody else had to.
Courtesy flush.
What was my courtesy flush? Do you guys courtesy flush when you
Yeah.
take a shit?
Well, if
It depends.
if it's necessary, yeah.
Wait, elaborate on the
I-
courtesy flush.
Not every time.
So-
For those who might not
Listen,
know.
Like, so people, for those who might not know, So every time I take a shit, before I even wipe, I flush once. I'm
Okay.
flushing just turd in the toilet before I even start wiping.
Oh, okay. That's
Because
fair.
here's the thing, dude, it's gonna you sit there with like looking at your turd while you're wiping.
No, it makes sense.
You
Sometimes
look at it.
Sometimes you be
Wait, you turn around.
I stand up. I mean, also it's
Austin's
important
like-
for your
Austin's
health.
like,
I'd be
to
shitting.
inspect it.
damn,
and
look
I'd
at
be
that.
looking.
Look at that.
Sometimes I'll be shitting.
Austin
sometimes
gets
I'll
out
be
like the
farting.
little like protractor things that like
It's important to your health for you to inspect your poop.
Uh-oh.
poops.
Wait, guys.
At least give it a glance.
As we might have lost.
Oh no,
Griffin
Griffin. Or is he just eternally?
Oh no. Do you guys wash your hands before peeing?
No.
Before?
Yeah.
Where are you, Michael
I mean,
Shannon
you
from The Shape of
should.
Water?
Because your hands are dirty and you're touching your penis, dude. Your hands are filthy. They could have herpes all over them.
Yeah.
How often do you think you're touching herpy things?
They could
I
have
mean,
herpes all over them.
I mean, like when
There's
I'm at
4 people
work-
on this podcast, and 1 in 4 people has herpes. So,
I mean, it's not.
and it's not me.
I
All right,
mean,
it's Tanner.
It's probably Tanner.
Anyway, so
Makes a
when
big
I'm at work, like, and I use the bathroom at work,
But I'm
like,
always
I
saying
wash my hands
every time. So
never,
Sure, dude.
So-
never.
when I'm at work and I use the bathroom at work, I wash my hands before I like pee. And if I'm at home, 100% I'm gonna do it because it's even easier. You don't have to go up to a random sink, then either go air dry your hands or use a paper towel and then go to the urinal. I'm just all like, it's the bathroom.
You're not going wet hands
waste the water.
on shaft.
Wait, so do you also wash your hands after?
Yeah,
Of course, he just touched
Yeah.
his penis, man.
100%.
You don't keep your
You do
penis
not
clean?
trust the cleanliness of your penis? Yeah.
No.
You said that you had 5 of them. You asked 1. What were the other ones?
So would you rather brush your teeth with clean toilet water or drop your phone in a porta potty?
I personally would say clean toilet water over dropping your phone in the fucking porta potty.
I would also say clean toilet water.
Toilet water.
Man, yeah, I guess toilet water.
Dude, porta potties are so fucking gross. And they might not be actually dirty because they have like all sorts of chemicals in them and that kills all the bacteria.
Yeah,
But dude,
but like
Porta
you
potties
just
are
clean your phone. Like
disgusting.
when I think of like you're putting
Yeah, but
toilet water in your
it
mouth.
will never be
It's
clean in
gonna
my
be
mind. It will
destroyed,
never
though.
be clean. It will never be clean
It
again.
wouldn't be
I mean, it's
destroyed.
waterproof. Yeah, your phone's waterproof.
Not
wouldn't be
completely.
What phone do you have? What phone do you have?
My phone's waterproof.
11 Pro Max.
It's functionally waterproof.
That
they
thing's
don't-
waterproof
they don't-
up to like it's like
Yeah, they
60
don't-
feet underwater
They
or
don't
something
advertise
like
it as waterproof, but you could put that in like you could submerge it in water and bring it back out and it's totally fine. Would you rather have to announce it every fart? That every time you fart, would you rather announce it or would you rather pee your pants daily?
Announce the farts. I basically already do that as is by saying excuse me because I'm not an animal and I don't want to just stink bomb people.
But it's an announcement. It's not like just saying it. It's like, hey, everybody on the street, I'm farting. Like you're in a building.
We're
or you're at
literally
work and you're
the
like,
worst
I'm
group
farting
in the world. We have an order and we're not supposed to talk about it before we all answer. God
God
I
damn
damn
realized
it.
that as I said it. Yeah.
Would you rather teleport when you sneeze or time travel every time you fart?
Teleport when I sleep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got so excited.
Wow. Wow. Teleport when I sneeze.
Everybody said teleport.
Okay, cool.
Said teleport.
Yeah.
You said
That's awesome.
No,
yeah, it's
yeah.
fucking tight.
Because here's the problem. If you
I would call myself the pepper bandit and I carry pepper around like boom and disappear. It'd be so tight.
well, here's the thing is if you fart in time travel,
Oh
It's
no,
easy
more
with the
cons.
sirens.
if you fart in time travel, you can like get back home. Sorry, if you sneeze and teleport, you can get back home.
No, but,
if
like-
you fart in time travel, you're like, oh fuck, where am I?
No, but dude,
'Cause-
imagine like you're
When
like,
am I?
you're at the grocery store and you sneeze and you're in Tibet.
That's fine.
You're like,
That's cool.
But
well,
at least you can
no.
get home.
yeah,
Like that's
but like
what I'm
just
saying.
think of that, right? Like you're in the bathroom, like about to take a shower and you're naked, and then boom, Australia, surprise. Like now you gotta figure
Then I'm
that
putting
out.
on a show for all the Aussies. You're
Dude, I
welcome.
have-
Dude,
I
that
have pretty
that
bad
actually
allergies. I
sounds
sneeze a
lit
lot.
as hell.
I sneeze a lot
hilarious.
during the spring. I have pretty
Here's
bad
the other
allergies. So
thing is the black guys, we cannot in good confidence say we
Time
want
travel,
to time
yeah.
travel instead.
Yeah.
It's not really safe
Yeah, not good for our homeostasis.
unless you can time travel into the future.
I mean, it's a possibility,
But I feel like
What?
that'd be even
Our
worse.
color, bro.
Dude,
our color is
imagine-
gonna be everybody's gonna be that color in the future.
Imagine you sneeze and you imagine you fart and you're at your own funeral and you're like, oh fuck.
well,
Everybody's
also,
like, what the
think
fuck is
about
that
this.
smell?
Think about
And you
this:
just
with
show
the
up.
nature of like future generations, basically getting more progressive. Is like, what if we time travel to the future with our farts, and then like we accidentally say like hello, but hello is like rooted in like deep misogyny or something
Oh,
like that.
wow.
They cut our heads off or something. You're like, I don't want any part of that. I at least know some of the norms if I'm teleporting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
because
know
at
how the
least
world
you're on
operates,
like
okay.
today's world. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that was all my. That was all my. Would you rather?
I love sneezing. Fun fact. It's like top 5 favorite things in the world.
I like
for
sneezing,
me.
but also
You
like
just snort
sometimes I
pepper to
sneeze
feel
too
something?
much.
I genuinely love sneezing. Like I like feels so good for me. Disclaimer: I don't have allergies or anything. Like I'm lucky.
The relief is nice when you like get it
But
out.
man, like
Blame
having a sneeze and just sneezing, it makes me so happy. I don't know what it is.
I almost
Like,
always hold my
I'm
sneezes,
alive.
which is bad because that's how I'm
So
gonna
bad
go
for you.
blind. I'm
You
gonna go.
what?
Why
You're
don't you just
sneezing?
sneeze, bro?
What'd you
I
say,
have
Tanner?
been lately, but like there was a period of time where like I just
Told
for
to
whatever
sneezes.
reason just like wouldn't allow myself to sneeze.
I sneeze
That's
so
stupid.
fucking
Why?
loud. You guys know.
I one time coughed and sneezed at the same time, and it turned to vomit. And I had a salad for dinner, so just lettuce came up.
One time I sneezed so hard, I burped. I was like, that was pretty cool.
Once I think I had like a cold and I coughed so hard that I vomited.
I mean, that's normal.
Dude, it's crazy because I thought I've had like awful like experiences doing stuff, and now I talk to you guys, and I'm like, wow, like my life is boring.
That's Indistinct Chatter. That's Indistinct Chatter. I'm Tanner.
Catch us on
Wow.
Thursdays. Catch us on Thursdays.
Oh,
No,
dude,
Griff.
that cannot, Griffin. That cannot, dude.
I lost significant brain cells today.
Oh my god. Thank you for watching Indistinct Chatter. I'm Tanner.
I'm Austin.
I'm Griffin.
That's Griffin.
And I'm Vlad.
See you guys next time.
Thanks for watching the last episode of Indistinct Chatter.
The one where the podcast ends.